Oh my gosh, look at this. It's a loading screen. You can hear myself taking a drink of water in the background. What am I saying, bro? I got a world record, and it's my first world record. It's kind of cool. It's the Aether mod, which basically is like the nether, the opposite of the nether. So it's like a heaven thing. You've probably heard of it before. It's like the infamous glowstone portal, which means we actually have to go to the nether first to get said glowstone. So right now I'm looking for some way to get iron. The two best ways that I've been going is one, a village, so you kill an iron golem and hope for 4 iron, or shipwreck, which is really nice. You can play out like regular Minecraft worlds and just go for a cave, but it just feels a lot slower. Ideally, I enter like 5 minutes. This run is like 3 minutes, which probably, I mean, it's the world record, so it'd be somewhat fast. I start toggling my hitboxes right here because I see the village in the background. I want to spot the iron golem.
Chat.
I accidentally turn on my narrator though. Like, what the heck am I doing? This is in the world record run. It's kind of funny. I do this actually way too much. It's super annoying, but I did manage to see the iron golem, so we're gonna kill that guy and hope for 4 iron. They can drop anywhere from 3 to 5. We need 4 to enter. I mean, you can do it with 3. You're just gonna have to woodlight with some lava. Right here, I have to make a pretty interesting decision though. I want to kill the iron golem, but he's across a cliff, and so I'd normally just get 2 logs and make a wooden sword and kill him, but I'm actually gonna make a wood axe here, get a couple more pieces of logs, which isn't like that bad. It's never bad to have more logs. But the main thing here is we're gonna have a boat to boat across to the golem. And now that I have that strategy in my head, I'm thinking, okay, how am I gonna enter? There's a ravine off to my right. I'm probably gonna go down there and just hope for a really deep cave that leads to lava. It's kind of unfortunate with the new like higher generation. It's a lot harder to find lava pools. So what I've been doing is just like sending it down the first good looking cave I find. And you gotta go like all the way down to negative 54 is where lava usually generates. And we're at like, I don't know, 70 here. We're like on top of a mountain, so it's going to be extra slow getting to it. But I spot a lava pool on the side of a mountain. And that's what makes this overworld really good. Like, this run wouldn't exist without that thing. So I'm killing the iron golem here, looking for anything, a good cave, maybe a lava pool. And there it is. I don't know if you can see on the very far left of my screen. It's just, I don't think I've ever seen a lava pool like that, just well hidden in the side of a cave. So I'm going to beeline it over there, snag some water so I can build the portal, which is super huge. I wasn't even thinking about where else I would get water, but I need flint. That's the last big thing I need to light the portal. And thankfully, I spot a patch of flint on my way over to the lava pool. So I'm getting my stone tools here. I probably didn't need to make a stone pickaxe. Like, I probably just could have rocked up with a wooden one, because once you get to the Aether, there's actually a lot of good loot, and you're almost always gonna get a pickaxe. Same with food. I almost never get food in here. Like, I could have stopped and grabbed a couple of hay bales, but I know that the Aether just has insane food loot, namely gummies. Not the best nutritional value in the real world, but in Minecraft, oh my gosh, bro, the gummies carry this run. And even if you don't get gummies, there's lots of mobs you can kill in the Aether if you're overlapping, like just traveling or something. But we're building our portal at 3:14, so really solid pace for the Aether dimension, especially on the newer versions of Minecraft. I unfortunately mess up my lava portal a little bit. I probably shouldn't be doing that, but it does remind me to grab my water bucket again, something I frequently forget to do, because in normal speedruns, like, you'll ditch your water bucket so you can get a lava bucket, right? Lava is just more useful because you can kill mobs with it. But here, you have to use a water bucket to light the portal. So kind of glad I messed up the portal. The only real noteworthy thing about this nether is I spawn really close to glowstone, which is kind of all you need. I guess the good thing about getting the lava pool high up is I'm going to spawn higher up in the nether, which means closer to glowstone. And it's not like super... it's not like super rare to spawn next to glowstone. It's kind of everywhere in the nether, but it does make this run really nice and a lot better. So I get my 40 glowstone powder. I can turn that into 10 blocks, and that's all we need to enter the Aether. So we're already out of the nether at 4 minutes. Gonna be building our portal. I think this is one of the faster, if not the fastest paces I've been on. I haven't played this category, honestly, that much, and it's not super optimized. In fact, there's like no tutorials on anything, so I had to kind of come up with my strats for everything. But I guess I should mention, how does the speedrun end? There's 3 bosses in the Aether, and if you kill all 3 of them, you've completed the speedrun. So there's a bronze, a silver, and a gold. You can do them in any order, so I've spawned on the silver dungeon right here, and we're going to go straight to killing Valkyries. This is the only dungeon where you have to kill minions to challenge the final boss. The other two, you can just like say, hey, I'm going to challenge you, boss, let's fight. But with this dungeon in particular, you have to kill 10 of these underlings. What I'm doing right now, though, is I don't really want to fight them with a wooden axe. It's just not a good move. So I'm using my F3 screen to scan these chests. Some of the chests are mimics, so if you open them, it'll turn into a little chest monster. It just slows down everything, so F3 screen comes in handy. And I clutch up, or I guess the chest clutches up, with a Zanite sword. And I'm just going to use these guys to six-shot the Valkyrie, and they're all going to die. Wow, what is my commentary? I'm going to shot them, and they're all going to die. That's pretty much all we're doing here. It's important not to get hit. They're not going to, like, one-shot you by any means. The final boss will 3-tap you, so you got to be wary of that. But these little guys, the main thing you're concerned about is just losing valuable food, because you're not going to get like insane. I think here I only have a couple of berries, which I'm not sure how good they are. I think they're slightly worse than the gummies, but you want to kind of conserve your food for the rest of the run. So I'm up to like 4 or 5 Valkyrie kills right now. I think having somewhat of a PvP background comes in handy here, because it's just all about distancing, timing your crits, making sure you don't get hit. So for this one, we're at 6. And once you kill 10, you have 10 medals, because you get one from each death, and you use that to challenge the final boss. This is meant to be like a labyrinth place, but it's really not that hard to get to the final boss. You just have to go up 2 stairs and then down 2 stairs. So I'm just trying to kill Valkyries while I'm looking for those staircases. And maybe get a couple of chests on the way, because you can get, I guess you can get like necklaces and rings, which I think maybe gives some sort of protection, but I don't really care about that. The only thing I'm grabbing here are berries and the healing stones. Healing stones, it gives you like regeneration for a few seconds, so it's not anything incredible. I really care more about the berries. But this is our last Valkyrie kill here. We'll be at 10, and I just need to speedrun my way to the final boss. Arguably, this is the hardest boss of the 3 to fight. I was thinking that I did a playthrough before I did like any speedruns, and I would have said this boss is the hardest. But after speedrunning it, I don't know. It was just so much easier to do in the speedrun than the actual Let's Play. So I might say the third tier boss is the hardest. I'm going to eat up here. We challenge the Valkyrie Queen, give her the 10 medals, and I just start critting her out here. So it's basically the same strat as killing the regular Valkyries, except she does a lot more damage, so you have to be a lot more careful, and she'll occasionally summon this, like, I don't even know what to call it. It's like a floating orb that's full of lightning, apparently, because if it touches you, it'll strike you with lightning. And if that happens, you will almost certainly die. So when it spawns, you'll see, I'm just like spam clicking, my crits go out the window. I just do not want to get hit by this lightning thing. The lightning thing eventually goes off, and that's pretty much the end of the fight. I think maybe it would spawn more lightning orbs if the fight lasted longer, but I keep up my crits, and so the fight is only like a minute long or something like that. So we get our key to the chest, and the main thing we're looking for here is food. Any additional armor is nice, and any Valkyrie tools are cool because they give you extra reach. So you'll see I have a Valkyrie pickaxe and a Valkyrie axe, so I can just reach a little bit further. And now I start doing shenanigans to try and find the next 2 bosses. So the third tier boss, the gold one, is like a giant ball floating in the sky. It's pretty easy to spot, a little bit rare to spawn. But the first boss, the bronze dungeon, is the most common but hardest to find, because it's just like in the side of a hill. There's only one entrance, and so even if you're like standing on top of the dungeon, it's sometimes like just rare to even spot the thing. So I'm using my pie chart, changing the render distance to try and see how far away the boss entity is, because that shows up on the pie chart, and I realize that it's this direction. Thankfully, there's a good bit of land like right off the dungeon, which is like slightly uncommon. Sometimes you can just spawn like floating in the air and the run's kind of dead. But now I need to think about transportation. That's why I killed the blue slime. It gives you these blue air clouds is what they're called, and they basically just launch you into the air, and you'll see in a second why that's important. The main thing for transportation is some sort of flying animal. Now, usually, the best way to go is to find a bunny, because they just spawn everywhere. If you get a saddle, you can actually put it on some of these cows. I didn't get that from the dungeon, unfortunately, but I do spot my bunny up in the top right corner. So I know I'm just going to have to navigate this terrain a little bit. I'll pick up another blue slime here. You can never really have too much blue slime. I mean, I guess that was kind of a dumb thing to say because you can't have too much blue slime, but you only need like 6 or something, and they're few and far between because you usually don't get a blue cloud spawning like on the ground, so you'll have to kill the blue slimes for it. Yellow slimes, you can just eat off cliffs. I freaking hate the yellow slimes. They're so annoying. So I get my bunny here, and the reason it's important is because you can freaking fly with it. Like, how crazy is that? So I'm stalling a little bit here, changing my pie chart and whatnot, because I'm looking in the bottom right corner, and one of those colorful words says Silder on it, which is the name of the third boss. So I'm trying to see when it loads and unloads, and I realize that it's in this direction, which means it basically has to be on this island that I'm staring at. I up my render distance just to try and spot the third dungeon, which I do. You see over there, slightly to the left, that is the third dungeon. That's what makes this run even better. I have 3 dungeons in like a perfectly straight line. Like, that's just really good. And then I spot the entrance of the bronze dungeon. This is the hardest entrance to find. It's just on the side of a wall right here. I feel like I got a little bit lucky doing that. And most of the time, I'll be using my pie chart to detect the correct chunk to dig down at, and then I have to dig down at certain chords to find the boss. But here, it's just super nice. Even better, there's blue Aeris clouds in the freaking dungeon. So I don't even have to get more of those, because I had like, what, 1 more blue Aeris cloud left to like propel myself to the third boss. I don't even need to do that anymore. So I drop off my bunny here. This is a nice little strat. The idea is you like throw him up as you're jumping. So then he'll just go straight in the hole. Boom, you can block it off. And now we tackle this boss, which is pretty easy. It's like, if you know what you're doing, it's easy, but it can get pretty bad if you get hit once. It's a lot easier to get hit a second time after you've been hit the first time. Especially when it goes red and it starts moving a little bit faster. Like, while it's blue here, it's pretty easy. You just like stand diagonal to it and it should never be able to hit you. The unfortunate thing about this fight is it's a little bit slow because I'm actually using the Valkyrie pickaxe. So this was the first time I actually got the Valkyrie pick, and I was like, oh, it must be like way better than a normal like Zanite pickaxe, for example, that like purple material that we saw earlier. It's basically the equivalent of iron. Nope, the Valkyrie pickaxe is just straight up slower than the Zanite pickaxe. I haven't checked to see if it does more damage. I don't think it really does, but it just makes this boss fight feel so sluggish because it takes so long for me to jump. It's not like terrible. The fight's probably only like a minute maximum. But he's on his final stretch here. We'll kill him. We'll get another key. And again, we're just looking for maybe not even food at this point. I have a lot of food. These boots are really nice. It just prevents you from taking fall damage. Like, I'll totally take those. And I basically have everything I need. So I'm just going to zoom out of here. I don't have incredible armor. That's totally fine. I don't have incredible anything except for luck of these spawns, which is the most important thing. So I'm just going to hightail it over to the third boss, utilizing these blue clouds. Unfortunately, I hit my head on the ceiling there. I actually hit my head on the ceiling twice, so I'm like, okay, I'll just pillar up these last little bits, and we just got a haul, man. This is really good pace. We've killed 2 bosses by 13 minutes. I think it's the best pace that I've been on, and from what I'm remembering, the previous world record, they start the third boss fight at around 13, 14 minutes. I actually might be a little bit off. All right. So this is definitely world recordable. I should also mention the timer on the top right is slightly off. It's measuring like the real time, but speedruns are usually measured by the in-game time. So every time I've been like pausing my game to change my render distance for lag or changing it to like locate the bosses a little bit easier, that time doesn't actually count, and you'll see in the final thing that it's 18 minutes and 13 seconds. I think the timer will be at like 1850 or something like that. It's only a couple bits of difference, but I feel it's something I should mention. I don't think there's a particular orientation that these dungeons spawn in. I used to think that there was. So right now, because I'm just trying to find the entrance of it, I used to be like, oh, it must be on the south or east side. But then my theory got proven wrong. I've had a lot of theories like that, trying to figure out how things generate the best way to do things. But it turns out you kind of just have to circle around this place until you see the entrance. And now the boss fight has started. So to kill this guy, we basically have to wait until he spawns a little ice cube and hit that towards him. You can't do damage any other way. When you do hit him with the ice orb thing, he will take damage, but he'll also spawn a mini dupe, so you'll have to fight that guy. And I miss the first ice orb. This is where the run starts to falter, guys. Oh my gosh. It's been like solid up to this point, but genuinely, I could have saved like a minute and shattered the world record if I just didn't keep missing these ice thingies. I should have been practicing this boss fight. I kind of went in and just like, I just wanted to play out runs to just like get accustomed to everything, but I should have definitely taken some time to just like practice this boss fight because I missed the second one. Oh my gosh. I think the problem is I'm not anticipating him moving into the shot. I'm just like straight up aiming where he is, and he just slightly moves out of the way from where I was aiming, which is something I should change about my aiming strategy, I guess. It's kind of nice that I have the Valkyrie tools. I mean, it's just like I can reach further, but I feel like it doesn't make me play any better at all. You'll see there, I did get my first ice hit thing off. He spawns the little demon, so I hit that guy. I actually haven't been hit by any of the floating fire orbs yet, which is kind of important. Those things do a lot of damage. Also, if the guy just runs into you, it does a lot of damage. His AI isn't that great though. It's like so random, pretty easy to dodge. I'm trying to get this next ice hit on. I get it. Oh my gosh, thank goodness. I have more ice hits that I'm missing, and I'm gonna cringe at them. That's what makes this run like kind of sad. Like, it's world record. I'm pretty happy about that. But having this bad boss fight at the end puts a little bit of a salty taste in my mouth. But you know what? You can't be mad at that forever. It is the world record. Nobody's actually done this faster. Kind of implied by world record. My commentary is kind of going out the window, guys. Same with my aim. Did you see that? Terrible. Oh my gosh, bro. I should mention, like, it's not the most terrible. I have died to this boss. Like, the last 2 runs that I did, I straight up just died. I definitely... Oh my gosh, I missed another one. I definitely...
You'd be almost dead by now.
I definitely underestimated this boss fight, because... so I played this mod as a playthrough, right, for a video a little bit ago. And it was so easy that I don't know what was different. The Valkyrie boss fight was the hardest. Here, the Valkyrie fight was easy, and this guy was kind of hard. Dude. Oh my gosh. There's no way I missed. Okay, surely I hit this one. Okay, please. I haven't watched this back. I am so bad! If I'd hit all the ones I'd missed, the boss would be dead by now, and I would have beaten the world record by over a minute. So now I'm starting to think, okay, well, I might actually choke the world record here. That's not very good. I definitely entered on pace. That was a nice hit. Okay, did you see that prediction? Fire. Sort of like the boss. What else is there to talk about? I definitely want to stay on top of killing these little minions. If you don't, it can actually get out of hand pretty quick. Like one of the boss fights that I had 3 of the minion dudes chasing me because I just did not like even bother. And then I had like 50 floating fire orbs, and I just got absolutely destroyed. I'm playing a little bit risky here, like moving in the center of the arena, but it paid off there. I got the hit off. I need to kill this guy though, and hopefully we spawn 1 more ice orb. I think I have, oh my gosh, there's no way I missed again. I think I need 2, 3, maybe more ice orb hits, and the boss will be dead, and that's the entire speedrun. So I'm curious to see how long this will stay world record. It's not like the most competitive category ever, but if you're watching this video, you've never done a speedrun, you want to get into it, now is literally the best time to go for world record, probably. I mean, it'd be kind of sad. That was a nice hit. Did you see that one? And now I just need 1 last hit. So I'm going to go for this guy, and I miss. Oh my gosh. I'm starting to panic here because I got 2 minions chasing me. I need 1 more hit. I'm on 3.5 hearts. I really need to clutch up here.
I just need this. Yes!
And I hit it, and that's the run. Oh my gosh. Real life time is 18 minutes and 50 seconds, but we're going to pull up our statistics here shortly, and it's 18 minutes 0.23, which if you convert the 0.23, that's 13 seconds. But that's the world record. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's a new world record, I'll try to like leave it on the end screen because I think that'd be kind of cool to point to the next world record. This was actually really fun to run, and I hope it was at least somewhat interesting to watch. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.